Alrighty, welcome to the Tower of Spirits. At long last, we're done with all those initial cutscenes involved here, and we're finally ready to tackle the first floor. Yeah! Now, as we learned a moment ago, phantoms cannot be defeated by conventional means. Oh no, but we can gather the 3 tiers of light that are up here we can see on our map. You want to start going clockwise around the room and gather all of those 3 of them to power up your sword. Now, another feature returning from Phantom Hourglass, beside the obvious phantoms, is these safe zones. Not only are phantoms unable to walk on these gold and purple pulsating tiles, but they cannot see you while you're standing in them. It makes you invisible. Sweet! So if at any point a phantom sees you and starts chasing you, just run to one of these tiles and you'll be okay. In fact, there's also a very useful trick to defeating the phantoms by luring them to the safe zones, and I will show that later on in the walkthrough. Now, once Zelda and Angine are done chatting about the safe zones, we can begin collecting the tiers. These first 2 are very simple, just run up and snag them. The 3rd tier is a bit more complicated. From the far north, you want to go right and slash the switch here, which temporarily forms a bridge on the east side of the room. It's only there for a few seconds though, so you gotta quickly run over there while avoiding the phantom. Now, if you mess up, you can always return to the switch and try again. Once you have all 3 tiers of light, it's time to hunt down that phantom. With our sword powered up, we can now strike them in their vulnerable backside. Because of this, you need to sneak up behind them and try to stab it in the back by either tapping on it or drawing a line from Link towards it. Phantom time! To order Zelda around, it works just like it did when we were escaping the castle earlier in the game. Tap on the spiral orb at her feet and draw a line to one side of the door to have her interact with it. Then tap on the other side to have Link use that one. And then you need to have her standing close to you when you're going up the stairs in order to make both characters go up to the 2nd floor. Now, as you've undoubtedly guessed, the Tower of Spirits in particular is filled with all kinds of puzzles that normally require 2 people. It's kind of like Nintendo's been putting ideas on the shelf for a little while, and now that they have a game where they can finally use all these puzzles that they've been wanting to do for so long, you're going to be seeing a ton of them. It's pretty sweet. Here you obviously can't step on these spikes yourself, but Zelda, as she's in her phantom form, can now walk across them. So have her do so, and then to the right there is a crystal switch. Have her smack that, and now you can get across yourself. Now up ahead we have some enemies. Now Zelda will automatically smack enemies when they get too close to her, but you can also order her towards them. So up ahead there's a second yellow spinnet. I'm going to order her to go attack it. And you can also use her to pick up items like recovery hearts or rupees, so you can use that as well. However, it's probably faster to just get them yourself, but just make note of the fact that you can use her to pick them up as well. Now, up ahead we have two switches that need to be pressed down to open the door, so obviously have Zelda stand on one and then Link stand on the other. Up ahead we have a rat, and ironically, Zelda is still terrified of them. It's kind of ironic because, you know, she's this impenetrable fortress of death and carnage, and yet one of the weakest enemies in the game renders her helpless. If you kill this rat, though, then another will appear from the hole in the wall, so to stop them you need to push or pull the nearby block to cover it, and then take care of the rat. Throughout the tower you may have seen some chests or crystal switches in the background that we can't reach, and that's fine, don't worry about it. Those lead to treasure chests and goodies later on, but we don't have the appropriate items yet. Once we have those, I will come back here and I will show you how to get those. Now here Zelda suggests that she distract the Phantom, but there's actually something else you want to do first. You want to have Zelda go all the way to the far north, go past the Phantom, and hit the crystal switch in the safe zone. This will lower the spikes, allowing Link to proceed. Now at this point there's two different things you can do. You can create a loud noise to lure the Phantom away, similar to how we threw the rock in the castle to distract the guard. So here what we can do is we can stab the wall. This makes the Phantom come and investigate, and now you can swing around on either side and then sneak around behind it and go to the safe zone. So that's very easy, you have way more than enough time. Instead here is Zelda's method, I'll show this as well, of distracting the guard, have her interact with it, and now you can either sneak past the Phantom, or you can stab it to stun it using the Tears of Light that are in your sword, and then you can tap it again to have Zelda possess the Phantom. This will destroy the one she had possessed a second ago, and in this way you can then kill Phantoms, so this was pretty sweet, a very useful tip for later on. You'll be using it quite a few times throughout this game. With that, you want to head up the stairs to find the rail map that Anjean told us about. Then just sit back and enjoy these remaining cutscenes, and that concludes this video and also this chapter. Thank you guys for joining me, and if you need any further help or just love the sound of my voice, then meet up with me in the next chapter where we will move on to the Forest Realm.